Otoke Sholari Shodara. I know it's a very beautiful name. I know. I will be the MC of the welcome ceremony. So I'm here to welcome you all to the 10th edition of the Ake Art and Book Festival. I know we're all excited because when most of you arrived yesterday, you were just hugging. I saw when Mr. Leye hugged Ms. Sukiswa, I was so happy. So I'm glad that we're all happy to be together again. So I hope you all had a good night's sleep because we're about to have a very good time today. So to kick off the program, we would like to start with the national anthem. So can we all please rise? Rise, O compatriot. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please let's have our seats. Okay, so I will now be calling on the director of Arcade Arts and Book Festival to give our welcome speech, Miss Lola Shonei.
Thank you so much, my friends. So good morning, partners, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen of the press, family and friends. I greet everyone who has joined us remotely as well. Thank you all for being here and welcome to the 10th edition of the Ake Arts and Book Festival. Zukizwa. I'm often amused when people say they can't believe how long we've been doing this. I believe it has been 10 years. I know it has been 10 years. I feel it in the way my brain struggles to accommodate the merry-go-round of tasks that make all these things happen. It has been 10 years of bringing brainwaves to life, 10 years of learning, 10 years of celebrating the incredible work that so many of you have done and are still doing, and 10 years of making lifelong friends. Sadly, it has also been 10 years of losing beloved friends. I wasn't prepared for this. I always believed that everyone who was in Abeokuta in November 2013 would be with us today. Sometimes it feels like we've been robbed of everything that could have been accomplished, but at other times, I am full of gratitude for the times that we shared with them, grateful for the recordings that we have of their sessions and performances at Ake Festival. So I would very much like you to rise for a moment of silence, to reflect on the people and the friends and the colleagues who have left us and how enriched our lives were by their wisdom, their talent, and the different interactions. May their souls rest in peace. Please be seated. When it was time to choose a theme for Ake Festival 2022, I didn't have to think too hard before deciding on homecoming as a theme. The justification for the theme was that we were all going back to Abeokuta, where it all began, and that it was a time to reconnect with our ancestral roots. This is all true, but the main reason for homecoming, the main reason it was so perfect, is that I couldn't wait to have you all back at Ake Festival. I have missed the magic that we created and shared, the late night conversations, the meetings at the headquarters where Zukizwavana is the president, the colorful fits, your swagger, and your brilliance. And now, after 2 years of lockdowns and online festivals, we are back together again. We can mingle, we can hug, we can eat and drink together, we can catch up on news and strengthen our friendships. This moment, this feeling is what has kept us going. Since the very first edition of Ake Festival, it has been a priority of ours that our guests feel at home when they are at the festival. In this year's edition of Ake Review, we asked our guests to tell us what home means to them. A place of love, friendship, sense of belonging were common responses. Over the next 3 days, I invite you to enjoy the hospitality and the freedom that comes with that. Wherever you are from, whoever you are valued, and we are thrilled that you are here. We're super happy to welcome the winner of the 2021 Nobel Prize for Literature, Professor Abdulrazak Gurna, and his lovely wife, Denise. You have to stand. Yes? This is going to happen to you 3 times. We are honored that you accepted our invitation to join Ake Festival in person. I don't want you to feel pressure or anything, but you are now the embodiment of promise and potential for many African writers. And we're very lucky to have you with us. I also want to extend a special welcome to Professor Veronique Tajo, who has flown in from the UK to be with us, our headliner. Please stand up. Thank you for always being so enthusiastic and generous with your time. Over the last few weeks, I've asked myself what it must feel like, knowing that you were with us a few years ago as a guest, and now we've just had this huge honor of inviting you back as the headliner. And it just goes to show what it's like, how things change and evolve over time. And there are so many stories like that here. Many will know Dari Shegun Falowo. Where is he? Is he here? Yes, stand up, let's see you. So Dari was with us at Ake Festival, maybe 2014, as a volunteer. And I remember Binyavanga Wainaina calling me from Kenya to say, this guy has got real talent. He needs to be one of the volunteers. I want to see him at Ake Festival when I get here. And when Binyavanga wants something, he gets it. So we went and searched for Dari's application, and we made sure that he was on the list. And we have a copy of Binyavaga's new book for you. Okay? So we've specially reserved a copy. So over the last 2 days, Ake Festival has been hosting the Global Association of Literary Festivals. We've been having in-depth discussions about our work, the work we do, and how we can get better at doing it. One of the reasons that I offered to host this conference was that I really wanted my colleagues to get a taste of creativity on the African continent. I wanted them to experience Ake Festival and to see what it is that we do here. So I'm going to ask them to rise, colleagues. There's so many people here from different festivals. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. It is such an honor for us that you are here. And I'm looking forward to more interactions. So this started last night at dinner. You remember that thing, the mingling thing we did? Okay. So I want to make sure at least today you speak to 5 African creatives. It's another assignment. So to the guests, the speakers, the hosts, and the moderators, where would Ake Festival be without you? Year after year, you bring the magic, your honesty, you bring your truth, your stories, and your ideas. I want to thank everyone who has ignored the security reports and insisted still on coming to Nigeria to share your passion, your talent, and your aspirations. We cannot thank you enough. Please thank the guests of Ake Festival this year. When I think of this journey, this Ake Festival journey, and the last 10 years, the people who have really been impacted by the work that I do and how committed I am to it are my children, who have devised all sorts of, codes for telling one another not to disturb me because it's Ake Festival time, so they tell each other, oh, mom is she's doing Ake, just leave her for now. What do you need? I'll help you, and stuff like that. And I want them to come up again this year, all of them. This is the first time that they're all here at Ake Festival. Jola just said, can we get off the stage now? Thank you very much. I just want to acknowledge how tolerant that you have been of my excesses, and every time that you've called and I've said, I'm coming, there's an Ake problem, the times that you have forgiven me. I just want to say how grateful I am, how sorry I am for those times, but how grateful I am.
No sorries.
No sorries?
No sorries.
No sorries.
It's an honor to be your daughter. It's an honor to see what you've built.
I look at them now and it's so funny. Many of you will remember Jola. Do you remember Jola? Jola, stand up. Let them see you. Do you remember this Jola? From in 2013, this boy was he was 8. He was 8 then. And he used to go around selling people's books. I remember with Brian Nereem, last September or something, he sold about 5 copies. And I was very impressed. I thought I had a good businessman on my hands, but he has cost me so much money since that I've changed my mind. So this year, many of our sessions will explore different aspects of the theme, and I know I've done it again. I'm so sorry. Where's Ola? Where is he? Is he here? Okay, I'm gonna make sure. Please, anytime you see him, you shake his hand for me and just say thank you. Because he was there from the very beginning. There he is. I just want them to give you a round of applause. Thank you. He's a wonderful friend, a great collaborator, and a good listener too, which helps. And it also helps that he doesn't talk much. Because that's basically what I need. Just need people to listen, you know? And he's great at that. Thank you very much, Ola. So this year, many of our sessions will explore different aspects of the theme. Why home exerts a pull on us, stirs our creative impulses, influences our creative expression, evokes profound sentiments, and shapes our perception of the outside world. We will explore the impact of conflict, of capitalism, and climate disasters, what it means to be displaced, to live away from home, and of course, what it means to return. We shall look at books that examine the idea of home and how, for some, it may not always be that place of safety, but instead a place of great difficulty, sometimes a place of violence. And of course, we want to see how the characters in these books also create their own unique ideas about home and homecoming. So another reason that this year is special is that it will be the last time that we hold Ake Festival in this format. I won't say much more at this time because, like every good author, I want to keep you in suspense. But I am talking to our partners and stakeholders about some new and exciting ideas. But I want to just reassure you that whatever it is that I go on to do, whatever projects I embark upon, they must and will always present opportunities to collaborate with many of you who I've met and become so fond of over the last decade. So we're still here, but in a different format. You get it? So I also have to say a massive thank you to our partners and our sponsors. Sterling Bank have been an absolute rock for us at the Book Buzz Foundation and Ake Festival. This is the 6th year that they are sponsoring the festival and the 5th year that they're coming on board as partners. I just don't know what we would do without them, because the simple truth is that this festival would never happen. It wouldn't have happened over the last few years without their generosity and without just how much that they have cared about the work that we produce, cared about writers, cared that they're treated well, that they're valued, cared about African writing, about education, and about literacy. So I really want to say a massive thank you to Sterling Bank for being there for us. I also want to say a big thank you to Luminate, who came through for us this year. I'm so grateful, Toi. I'm so thankful for your support and the way that you kind of just came through very quickly to make all this happen. I'm truly grateful. I'm grateful to Eyowo, to MTN, to Annoying Logo. That's actually a company. It's called Annoying Logo. For all the supports that they have given us. Thank you so much. So as I take, thank you. As I take my leave, I just want to wish you a really wonderful 3 days of palate-tingling food, soul-touching music, and the lasting love of the friends that you will meet here. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Lola Shunei. That was a beautiful message. Okay, so moving on, I would like to welcome Mr. Yemi Odubi from Sterling Bank to give the goodwill message.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Ake Festival. I know that you've not come to listen to sponsors. It's a creative event, and we will not waste your time at all. I will just very quickly speak to why we've supported this festival for the time that we have, because I get asked that question all the time. We see ourselves as nation builders. We believe that Nigeria's ultimate competitiveness lies in its creative energies. We think that Nigeria can be a leader in the world. And we think creative people are the foundation of that competitiveness. So we're very happy to be a part of this festival. We're very happy to enable all of you here, the creative ones. Even though Lola keeps tugging at our heartstrings about this is the end, this is not the end, I am sure there will be encores and there will be many more festivals. So thank you very much for coming and welcome to Nigeria.
So I would like to welcome Ms. Tobechukwu Ayachebelo and Ms. Lola Shonei to give Ake Awards to some of our very, very esteemed guests. Please let's welcome them to the stage. Thank you.
The first award we're giving out is going to be to one of our staunchest and most faithful, art-loving corporations, and you've just heard from him, Mr. Yemi Odubi, who is here representing Sterling Bank. They have been with Ake Festival for, I think it's like 6 years, and I know we have festival organizers here, and you know how many points go off your blood pressure when you know at least some of the expenses have been catered for, guaranteed. And you also know in this business, very few things are guaranteed. And in fact, this is a heartwarming story, especially I want any of you who are planning to start something, anything, a big dream, a big idea, and you're trying to get people to believe in you, to understand what you're talking about. And most people do join when you've got going, when they see that it's something good. But finding that person who will really believe in you and take that gamble and throw money behind their words. And Mr. Miles Morland, he's a philanthropist based in England. What's his organization?
It's called the Miles Morland.
Okay, it's called the Miles Morland Foundation. And in the very early days when, I was, as Lola has said, I was listening to a lot, and one of the names I kept hearing was Miles Morland, Miles Morland. And he just has this foundation, and he's a patron of the arts, and he specializes in getting people going, setting them on the road. And they stayed with us for a number of years, and actually when they bowed out, I remember the conversation I had with Lola. I said, the amount of money you had may have been small, but he was there when you needed it most, and that is what got Ake on the road. So wherever you are, Miles, I hope you hear this at least portion of the presentation ceremony and understand that you're deeply appreciated. So he's not able to be here with us, but please, a round of applause. Miles Morland Foundation. Okay. I'm still looking for my name there. Now, this is a little in-house thing. We have some staff who's also been with us right from the very beginning. They're dear to our hearts, and we would love to recognize them and for you to say thank you on our behalf. So the first one is Jessica Beatrice Binyan. Jessica was one of our earliest, Lola's earliest employees and worked with Ake Festival. And something that always gladdens our hearts. We don't want to imprison anybody. We don't want to keep somebody with us and say you're going to stay with us. She's moved onwards and upwards. She's a director of something in a bigger organization. And that's what we want. We want to get people in, give them something that adds to them, that makes them able to sell themselves and move on in life. And I'm sure you'll help me thank her. Okay. All right. Is that the last one? Okay. We've got this one. I'll just mention his name, Tosin Adeyemi. He's on a delayed flight, so he will be here soon. And when he gets here, we'll squeeze in the award announcement. Chiebuka. She's another person who has moved onwards and upwards, and we're pleased to recognize her faithful service. Is IB here? This is another young lady who disappears from our lives for months on end. But when Ake is loading, she loads, and she's there with us, and she's with us helping again today. Always, always dependable and faithful. Yes, well, there's a little bit of nepotism there as well. She's a part of the family. She's Lola's cousin. Yeah. And we still have plenty of family left, so you're going to meet them. Yeah. Okay, I think we're done. Thank you very much for thanking them for us.
Congratulations to all the awardees. Next up, I would like to call on Ms. Toyin Akini of Luminate to give a goodwill message. Please come and give her a round of applause as she makes it to the stage.
Good morning. Really happy to be here, and I feel deeply honored as well. My name is Toyin Akini, as she said, and I'm Principal Africa at Luminate. Luminate is a global foundation founded by Pierre and Pam Omidia. And at Luminate, it's our guiding belief that everyone, especially those who are underrepresented, irrespective of their age, their gender, and their status in society, should have the information, the rights, and the power to shape and influence decisions that affect them and their society. To do this, we work to enable people to fully participate in civic and political life, to safely challenge power, and to access accurate, trustworthy information. Central to our work in Nigeria and across Africa is our commitment to stimulate the engagement and participation of young persons and women in civic and political spaces, and to ensure that our media and digital platforms are accurate and trusted, and include the voices and the views of these and other underrepresented groups, enabling greater social cohesion rather than fueling division. We hold that if we want people to actively shape a better future for themselves, for their communities, their country, and their continent, we must first show them a future that is worth striving for, a future they can see themselves in. So how do people learn to discover and fully use their voices for the good of society? How can narratives and storytelling help to advance the cause of young persons' participation in civic spaces and processes? I will say this is where media, art, and a diversity of creative platforms that provide civic education and encourage healthy public debate become important. And I'm reminded about Professor Wole Soyinka's submission about the place of the artist in society when he says, The writer is the visionary of his people. He anticipates, he warns. At Luminate, we believe that art, literature, and the creative sector as a collective are a powerful force for societal change. You educate, you inform, and you shape perceptions, including about voice and participation. And this is why we're very proud to support the Arcade Festival. Spaces and platforms like this serve to surface ideas and reflections on improving the space for public debate in our society. Apart, of course, from bringing together all of you, leaders of art, literature, and culture, whose work give us insight into the past and paint for us pictures of the ideal world. These spaces and your work are critical to shaping and disseminating the positive, aspirational, and inspiring stories about the continent's potential, and in it, the role of our growing youth population. So thank you to the organizers of the Arcade Festival for bringing together these leaders in the arts and literature sector who teach us to use our voice, our craft, our talent, and our platforms to influence and mobilize for societal good. Finally, on behalf of Luminate and the organizers of the Arcade Arts and Book Festival, I want to welcome you all to what I consider a safe and creative space for learning, for sharing, and for important conversations, and an altogether rich experience. And I hope that this culture of healthy debates will become our reality as a people, especially as we negotiate the election season in Nigeria and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Toyin Akinye. Who's ready for some poetry? So I would like to call on Lebo Mashile to give us a beautiful poetry performance.
We call on memories buried deep inside skeletons of the first people to walk the skin of the earth, who nursed and nested in the cradle and spread civilizations across the planet like seeds. Tell us of air that flows through the heart of the land to all life and creation. Tell us of breath, the first song. Tell us of words like constellations mapping our contributions to humanity. Tell us of infinity, how the universe lives in us. Tell us which stars bear our names, so we no longer have to fear the night. Tell us of earth, of roots that course through the body of the land like veins through flesh. Tell us of the force that squeezed the red sand like dough to form mountains. Tell us how to build strong communities like gemstones forged under extreme pressure. We call on the desert to remember when she was the bottom of the sea. Help us understand how to be fluid like water, how to remain supple without losing our identities. We call on volcanoes to inject us with flames of imagination. Once we carried tongues burping fire, we melted metals with our minds. Tell us what we have forgotten. We are not afraid of bones. Tell us what we have lost. We are not afraid of remembering. Tell us what has been erased. We are not afraid of time. Tell us who we once were. We are not afraid of ourselves.
Thank you. So next up is the presentation of the Ake Review, and I would like to call on Miss Aye Ogwo to present the Ake Review. Please give her a round of applause, please, as she makes it to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. This is my first Ake Arts and Book Festival, so you can put your hands together for me. Thank you. I'm here to present Ake Review 2022. But there's going to be a little twist. I'm presenting Ake Review 2021 first, by virtue of the fact that there was COVID last year. And we had the headliner, Mr. Abdul Razak Gurner, as our headliner for Ake Review 2021. It was virtual and we weren't able to present it to you, sir. So what we're going to do today is present it to you first. Ake Review 2021, with the headliner of Mr. Abdul Razak Gurner. Put your hands together for the presentation. Yes. Thank you, sir. Yes. Amazing. I think for me what was most spectacular for me is that Mr. Abdul Razak gone and pulled a few dance steps. That was good. Thank you, sir. Now I'm going to go on to announce the presentation of Ake Review 2022, who has the headliner of Miss Veronique Tajo. It was a pleasure meeting you yesterday evening. You were very gracious. Thank you. Thinking about the compilation, this is our biggest compilation because we have voices from not just all around Nigeria, but also from Africa. And that we have someone who is as young as 17, contribute. And we also have 88-year-old Professor Wale Soyinka's piece in there as well. You can put your hands together for that. Yes. It took time and we were honored, and it gives me immense pleasure to announce Ake Review 2022. Yes. Put your hands together. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, who's ready for some music? Of course you will be. I saw how excited you were when you were dancing for the arcade review. Okay, so next up we have a music performance by Brimo. But not yet. So our dance crew would love to dance to one of the songs he wrote for Ake Olumo. So please let's give them a round of applause as they do their performance.
Velos Abẹ́òkúta ìlú Olúmọ bẹ́bára láàkì ẹ̀bá mi kì í.
Okay, so I would like to call on Mr. Jochin from Heinrich Ball Foundation for a goodwill message. Can we please give him a round of applause?
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Jochen Luckscheiter from Heinrich Bell Foundation. And on behalf of the foundation, I would also just like to take this opportunity to congratulate Lola and the Arke team for the 10th edition of the Arke Festival. And this year's theme is, of course, homecoming, and you already said it, Lola. The Arke Festival itself is a sort of homecoming. Of course, it's not an instance of returning home, but it's a place where I think many of us would feel home among like-minded, curious, creative minds looking for inspiration, new ideas, and perspectives. A place where we can recharge emotionally, but also our intellectual batteries. And homes like this are very important. That's why we're proud to sponsor, in very little ways, but in some way, this edition of the Arke Festival. And I would like to say, homecomings never get old, Lola. So please, don't take this home away from us, and continue to provide this sort of opportunity for us, and keep on doing what you've been doing in fantastic ways. And yeah, that's already it from me. Thank you very much. I look forward to exploring the next 2 days, 3 days of homecoming, and see you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Okay, so now we have another poetry performance. This is one of our very, very lovely friends. I love her with all my heart. So I would like to welcome to the stage Hawa Saleh.
Dear universe, grant me the serenity to accept that I'm not allowed to explode into nothingness when life starts to feel like a burden too heavy to carry. That I'm not allowed to shrink into myself in order to escape my power. That I cannot fix my way out of a broken system. Grant me the courage to change the way I see myself. To accept that sometimes even I can stand in the way of my light. Grant me the courage to change all that needs to be changed, and the wisdom to relearn and unlearn all that has been forced down my throat. Breathing one moment at a time, enjoying one day at a time, accepting that hardship isn't the only pathway to success and healing, accepting that there is a form of violence necessary for growth, accepting that I can become whole and grow fully into myself regardless of what the world tries to make me believe, seeing this world as it is and working towards what it ought to be, trusting that I have the power to create the life that I want and reparent myself, that it is necessary to try even when it feels impossible. Grant me the strength to try, especially when it feels impossible, so that I may reasonably be happy in this world and be contented with my truth and choices. Our grandmothers come from a line of sheep, sacrificed at every festival, taken to the altar way before their legs are strong enough to run. There's a song for lambs here, lambs whose hearts break before they are fully formed. We bury their stories in the caskets of our mouths. Where else can one hide their shame? Our grandmothers come from a line of sheep, where flesh had been used as food for gods, where skin had been used as sleeping mats, and so we die. We die even before the knife reaches our throats. Sometimes it is not ignorance, but knowledge that kills. Our grandmothers come from a line of sheep, so we shave our fur, but sometimes our own bodies fails us, and we can feel all the things we had internalized way down our bottom jaw, like a sheep chewing on grass, fattening itself off for slaughter. Our grandmothers come from a line of sheep, but now we scream, we shall no longer bleed for you. We shall no longer offer ourselves a willing sacrifice. But will it ever end? Does it ever stop? Are we not just sheep fattening ourselves off for slaughter? Are we still not sheep in human clothing? Here, not every opening is a wound. Not every raised fist is an attack. Here, we learn that blood has many forms, and it's okay to not hold back. It's okay to let things go. Each month is a new circle, a chance to recreate and endure, a chance to rebuild ourselves from yesterday's ashes. Here, we learn how to fix our wounds, sew back our skin, even as our tongues trashes behind our gritted teeth. Here, we pulled ourselves up, clean our injuries with prayers. Here, we learn sisterhood, meaning half, meaning whole, meaning holding each other to keep ourselves together. We learn how to loosen our jaw, unclench our tight fists, sing ourselves songs and cry. We speak and do not tremble. Here, we do not need to hide. We're all whole together. We pick each other's crowns. We trade life secrets. We rub each other's backs. We scrape the blood from the floor. Here, not every opening is a wound. Not every raised fist is an attack. It is okay now. It is okay now. Thank you.
Who likes cake? I feel like I ask a lot of questions, but who likes cake? For people that didn't say anything, I'm not going to give you people cake when they cut it. So now we are starting with the cutting of the cake. We have a beautiful cake to celebrate the 10th year anniversary of the RK Arts and Book Festival. So I would like to welcome the director, Mr. Lashunain, to direct the proceedings. Okay, so all festival staff, please come up to the stage to take photos with the cake. Festival staff, Ayomide, Tobe, Eloho, Chiebuka, Eme, Ivy, Tosin, Jessica. So can we please have the guests, all the guests, festival guests, not you people. This year, 2022 festival guests, please can you come up to the stage to take pictures with the cake? Can we welcome our partners? We would like to invite our partners up to the stage. Gulf, oh yes, please, Gulf, all the festival directors from Gulf. Can we have our partners? Yeah. Our partners. It's time to take pictures with our partners. We'd like to invite our partners to the stage. Heinrich Ball Foundation and Luminate. How about Sterling? Oh, there you go. The cake. So how should we do it? Should we shout Ake 2022? We should count down from 10. Yeah, okay, we should count down from 10. Ake is 10 years. So can we do this together? 10, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. So the welcome ceremony has finally come to an end. But we're not just going to live like that. I would like to welcome to the stage Eloho Ekwodi and Ayomide Oshunli to give the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, Ake. Thank you so much for everyone who has come, and to everyone who has come here today for making this a great occasion. Thank you to our headliners for last year and this year. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you for cutting the cake. Thank you to our partners. Thank you to the organizers who have been working tirelessly for weeks and months on end. We just want to say a big thank you. We hope you enjoy the festivities, and please remember that every book is in the festival bookstore. So yeah, so please, you need to go there to get your books, and they're signed. I get to meet the authors. I mean, right? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. And the next event is a book chat with Howard French and Kojo Karam. Thank you so much.